I'm about to show you the reality of having a garden YouTube channel. Well, I'm going to show you my reality. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, something that I am like so scared to do, but I feel like it just has to be done. And that is showing you the state of my garden right now. So I've never really shown you like my whole entire garden. I've always just had to find like pockets of spaces where I can shoot a video that has a good background, but I just can't hide it anymore. And like, I've been trying to avoid this for so long, but like, I just have to show you what's actually going on. This is part of the reality that is going on right now at our house. You just saw me do an introduction where it seemed to have a beautiful background, but this was actually the background that you just saw. And this isn't even the worst of it. I'm actually going to be showing you the back, which you guys, you're going to see it's a complete mess. So let's just jump right in. Okay, so we're in the backyard right now, but before I turn my camera around and show you what's going on, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background on this area. We have about 1/4 of an acre back here, and our goal is to finish remodeling this house, create a beautiful garden, and eventually sell it and buy some land. Like, we would love to buy land, but it's also very expensive here. And we keep telling ourselves, like, we just have to work really, really hard the next few years and just pray on it and put it in God's hands, and hopefully it will happen for us. But I've just been so insecure about showing you guys my garden. Like, I am not an insecure person by nature. I've always been super confident and independent since I was little. But this is one of those things that I'm just like, I don't want to show them. What if they leave, or they don't like me, or they unsubscribe? And then I think, like, but you're my garden family. Like, I want to show you everything. I want to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly, not just the pretty parts. And you know, I think about gardeners like Linda Vodder, who has a gorgeous garden, or Aaron and Laura from Garden Answer. Like, what a stunning garden, right? Like, they were able to buy this place with like a nice chunk of land. They were able to completely transform the garden. It was already beautiful, but they were completely able to transform the entire garden, and it looks stunning. And like, I would love to be able to do that one day, but that's just not my reality right now. Like, this is what I have. This is what I have to work with, and we're going to make it beautiful together. So again, we just have to work really hard, and you know, hopefully it happens for us. But the one thing that we are going to be doing, and why I wanted to show you guys the backyard today, is we are going to completely regrade the back. So next week we have a crew coming out, and we have to take everything out of here. So it's basically like a nursery back here, which you'll see in a minute. And we have to take all of these plants up front and into my neighbor's yards because we don't have enough room to store them all. And they're going to regrade it. So we're going to have a clean slate, and then we can officially start planting for the year, which I'm so excited about. But I just figured, like, it's time to show you guys, like, yes, I can find pockets of like pretty areas in my garden to do videos in, but I just want to be open and show you everything. Like, I don't want to hide anymore. And you know, like I said, you guys are my garden family, and I just want to be able to share every step of the way with you guys. So anyways, let me turn my camera around. Let me show you what we've got going on, and hopefully you don't leave. So here we go. Okay, today's weather has been so weird. It was sunny, and then it rained, and now it's sunny again. So hopefully this won't be too weird. But when you come into our backyard, so we are going to be removing everything that you see here. So all of these plants are going to be removed. Everything on this side is going to be removed. There's really not a lot going on here. We're actually going to wait to plant anything here because we are doing all new siding and new gutters and everything. But we are removing all of the sod that you see here. And now if we walk over here, now I think a couple of you have asked about what's behind this wood. And let me get closer so you can see. So we actually have these slabs of wood, and this was actually an oak tree that we had removed, and I wanted to slab it to make tables. I love making furniture with my uncle, and so we are going to be making some tables. And I think it's been, let's see, we took it out a couple of years ago, so it should be dry now. By now we're going to check on it later this season. So don't judge me, but here is what is going on back here. So it literally looks like a nursery. There's so many plants just in containers waiting to be planted. We have our shed over here, which again, we are redoing the siding and gutters. I'm so excited for this project because it's going to look so cute when it's all done. But it's where we have like all of our tools and garden stuff. It's actually a pretty big shed, so it's awesome. So we also had a maple removed from this area, and it was in really terrible shape, and we planted the spruce last year. And so this is kind of the view from this angle. So you can see again, there's stuff everywhere. We're in the middle of deconstructing our backyard. So you're gonna see containers and just things everywhere. It's a complete mess. But the plan over here is going to be remove all of this lawn that you see here. Well, everything is gonna be removed, all of these weeds, all of this lawn. And we're going to put in new sod, which will start probably, I would say, like right here and go all the way to the end to where that Shishigashira maple is, where we planted last year. Now, I know this is going to be an unpopular vote, but we are removing this cherry tree. Actually, later this afternoon, we're actually removing it ourselves. So it's a beautiful tree, but we want something else. And they're like, we don't love it. We're not attached to it. It does this weird thing like in the middle of the summertime, and it's, you know, it looks good right now, but it does not look this good later on the season. So we want to remove the tree. We're going to be removing all of these pavers around it, or these bricks around it, or stones, I mean. And we're going to just have like a nice landing strip of just sod in this area. So I know we have a lot of plants back here, but this wasn't even all of it. Like, we had so many more trees and shrubs that we gave away to our family and friends that we dug up. And like, for example, figs, we had 45 figs at one point. Like, who needs 45 figs? I mean, apparently we did, because we kept propagating them. And like I told you guys, Sergey loves figs. He collects them. He's ordered them from all over the country. So he's just like, he's the fig guru. He loves them so much. But we were finally able to give so many away. I think we have like, I think 20, 21 maybe left. So anyways, lots of figs, lots of really beautiful plants. So in the middle, that's where our plans are constantly changing. So originally we were going to do these huge squares, like 4 squares in each corner. And then we were going to have a gravel pathway and then have a beautiful water feature in the center. But all I want to do is grow flowers, you guys. Like, I am obsessed with growing flowers. So we are going to expand this area out a little bit and come all the way to maybe where this maple is right over here that needs to get potted, or I mean planted. And we are going to build raised beds. So it's going to be a bunch of raised beds. We're thinking maybe like 4x15s or 4x20s, and like in rows, and we're going to be building them kind of short. So I want to use 4x4s, and that's going to be where I grow all of my flowers. Now, I did grow dahlias and some other cut flowers here last year, but I just want to grow more and more. And that is one of the driving forces of us wanting to buy a really nice chunk of land, so I can, you know, just play with flowers. And it's like my passion, and that's all I really want to do. I love it so much, and I just want to continue following that passion. As you can see, we removed a lot of the beds already. We had some bark here that we gave away to our neighbors so they can use in their garden, and we are just taking the wood frames out. And this soil that we have here, they're actually going to spread it with their machines when they're grading the backyard. But you can see it's a mess. But before we continue, let me show you my eucalyptus. How pretty is this? I'm so happy that they made it through this storm, because eucalyptus seeds were nearly impossible to get this year. Like, everybody was buying up eucalyptus. It was insane. And let me show you something else kind of wild back here. Oh, where is it? Did we move it? Oh, we moved it. There was a pot here with lilies. I think I might have a picture of it. There was a pot here with a bunch of lilies that I completely forgot out all winter long, and they are still blooming. Like, they're still growing and getting ready to bloom. And we'd have a lot of volunteer flowers coming up in this bed. We have these really beautiful columbine that I need to cut, but I'm going to be potting up all of these things that is in here. So let me just turn around and we'll go back this way. And one of the things that you'll also notice going on back here is the fence. Now you can tell the fence is in some areas it looks okay, in other areas it's in really bad condition, like over here it's like practically falling apart. But I've asked my neighbors to just wait because we want to replace all of the fence ourselves, and we are going to be putting in one fence, which will be so nice because again there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So it's just I mean, thankfully it's held up this whole time, but we do need to replace it. This is where the old oak used to be, and I have a picture of it, and it was huge. It was a huge tree, but it was not a healthy tree. It would literally rain sap, so we had that removed, and we planted this maple in its placement, which is better because we do love maple so much. Now we also have this really nice large deck which is already being filled with plants, and we are thinking of maybe redoing it. I'm not sure if we're going to get to it this year, but we would like to update this deck. And then this area you can see kind of these beds outlined a little bit, and this is kind of where we're going to have like plants and trees and shrubs, and that's going to continue all the way around our entire perimeter of our property. So we're going to have beautiful evergreens, shrubs, and plants and perennials and annuals. It's going to be beautiful. Like over here, like we have 18 peonies to plant, and I feel so bad because they're just like hanging out here, but look at how gorgeous they look. And check out this one. This one is called Love Affair, and it's probably one of my very favorite ones. It has the most beautiful scent. I love this peony so much. Now, the tractor that is going to come back here is going to come from this part of the fence. So what that means is we have to remove this fence, which is going to be a little bit tricky because we have a bunch of plants on the other side, and this huge bowl where it used to be a water feature, but we plant in there, and it takes like 5 guys to move it. So luckily they're going to move it with their machine, but we're going to take down the fence, or they're going to come in and then they're going to start doing their work. Once they are done, we are going to have drip and sprinklers installed, which is going to be really great because we cannot handle hand watering things any longer back here. I mean, the front we have like a drip irrigation that I set up, but I think we're going to update that as well. But another unpopular decision that we discussed that has to happen is removing these grapes. Now, these grapes are really delicious and they're really great, but we want to grow these California grapes that we ordered, and we want to grow them in rows. So we're actually going to be taking these out and rehoming them, hopefully, to some of our friends. And then we ordered some other grapes that, again, we're going to just grow in rows, maybe like 2 short rows. We just want to experiment. We're really getting into grapes, and that's, again, one of Sergey's things that he wants to really get into is learning more about growing them. So we're going to be doing that. And then this lovely tree here is just a beautiful specimen. I mean, just look at it. This actually died like a couple of weeks ago. All of a sudden, it just like started looking brown, and then it dropped all of its needles within like 2 days. It was insane. I don't know what's going on with it. If you guys have any idea, let me know. But again, it just happened, and I left it in there because I wanted to show you guys. I thought it was so funny. But anyways, but the problem area that we really have in the garden is this corner over here. Like everything kind of drains into that area, and it gets really swampy and really wet and gross during the winter time. So what they're going to do is dig a giant dry well where all of the water will kind of come into that one area, and then there's going to be French drains at every fence basically connecting to our neighbors. We're installing French drains everywhere. So hopefully that's going to be better for everybody, and I know definitely it's going to be better for us and really our neighbors, because the way this neighborhood works is like this house next to us sits above us, and the house sits above them. So the water just like slowly trickles all the way down to us and then our other lovely neighbors who just live right over here. So anyways, I think it will be really great for everybody. I'm just super excited. Again, this whole area is going to be planted as well. So I'm hoping to make this bed a lot bigger over here around the deck, and we're just going to plant it heavily. And also this bed over here is going to be planted heavily. So again, it's just going to have like nice beds everywhere. But again, we want to just make like a larger like swoop around here, and then continue that same plan all the way around to our gate, which again, all of this fence is going to be replaced. And here we want to remove all of this grass, and we're just going to do a nice pathway to the back, and everything else is going to be planted. So the grass will really start right over here. And I know we're getting rid of a lot of our lawn, but we do want to have some lawn. One, because I think it kind of grounds the garden a bit. And two, when we have kids, like we hope to start our family at this house, we want them to be able to have like a grassy area to play on. But, you know, again, the long-term goal is to sell this house or finish remodeling, selling this house, and find that nice piece of land that just has our name and our family's name all over it, which we're really excited about. But yeah. I don't think I mentioned this, but for the cut flower garden, like I said, we're going to have 4x4 raised beds. So I want them to be super short. In the back, we're going to have a small kitchen garden because I would still love to continue to grow veggies, because again, we love to do that. And we love to share all of our crops with like our friends and family and give it away to people, whether it's flowers or, you know, fruits or veggies, anything that we really grow ourselves. We love to share that. It's just such a good feeling to give that to people and have them enjoy it. But with the beds that we're going to be building, like I said, they're going to be short, and then we're going to have gravel pathways everywhere. And I want the beds to be kind of close together, because that way I can fit more beds and more flowers, which is a win-win for me. So I'm going to keep the spacing pretty similar, probably no more than like 3 feet, which I know it gets a little bit crowded, especially with the dahlias, because I think we have like maybe 250, maybe 300 dahlias to plant. I'm not sure yet. I haven't counted, but with all of the dahlias that we have, I think we're gonna have to just plant things close. That way I have plenty of room for all of the other seedlings that we have to get out here. So anyways, that is what's going on over here. This area gets a little bit of like afternoon shade, so it'll be nice to have an area to like plant some shady plants. And I do like the slope over here, how it kind of goes down. So we're going to continue this slope as it is, because I think it's nice to have this area kind of raised up like that. I think it adds just a little bit more depth into the garden. This magnolia is just starting to shed its leaves, but it's a like gorgeous, healthy tree. I love it. We planted it last year and it's just thriving. Magnolias is one of my favorite trees, if not my favorite. But yeah, it's doing really great. And again, we love maples. You guys will see a lot of maples on our property. We have some maples in the front as well. The front doesn't look too bad. You guys will be seeing videos for that, because we're going to be doing some plantings up there. But next year, we want to rip everything out that we did last year and redo it. So that will be another big project, which will be fun. But I'm just so excited to get started. Like, I think everything is just going to be so beautiful and magical. And of course, we're going to add just like special things around the flower garden, like lights, and just really make it like a fun, magical space to be in all the time and all year round. Anyways, that wraps up today's video. I hope you guys found that entertaining or fun to watch. I'm really excited to see what this place is going to look like after the crew is done grading, and we'll try to get some footage of them doing that work because I think it'll be fun to see. But yeah, I'm just really excited to see like this whole place transform, and I'm so happy I finally showed you guys what is actually going on, because now I feel like a weight has been lifted off of my chest, and now I can just be so open and show you the good and the bad and the ugly without being worried. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.